What's up, Yellow Van fans? We're on another trip today. We are headed out to Montana for a couple of things. We're going to be at a family reunion, and depending on what we do, you may see more or less of that depending on which activities we're doing there. And then we're headed up to Glacier National Park, which we've been trying to get to for a number of years. If you've been following us for a while, you'll know that we've been trying to get to Glacier for a while, and it has not worked out yet. So this time we're going to Glacier. It's going to be awesome, and we are just in Idaho right now. We just stopped at Walmart to get some gas because we are trying to save as much money on gas as possible. Gas here in Idaho is a little bit more expensive than it was in Utah. We're hoping Montana will be a little bit cheaper than here. But of course, that is the story of this summer's travel, isn't it? Trying to save money on gas. So we're just going to head over to Wendy's and get some lunch before we hit the road again. Yellow Van fans, we did not film any talking yesterday. We were mostly just doing stuff with family, and we did go to a little museum, the Jefferson Valley, right? Museum. And that's basically all that we did. So I filmed a little bit of that for you all. But now we are just on our way down to Yellowstone. We're just going to be there for a couple hours. It's about an hour away from where we're staying, and we'll just kind of see what things are like down there and how crowded it is. It is the middle of summer, so it's likely to be pretty crowded down there, so we'll just see what we can do with the couple hours that we have. We've been to Yellowstone a number of times, so we don't need to try and get everything done there. We just thought it'd be a fun thing since we were close to go stop by and see. Okay, we have arrived in Yellowstone National Park. We are now at the Midway Geyser Basin. We're going to go up here and see the Grand Prismatic Spring. Love your hat, huh? Okay, we are now at the Old Faithful Visitor Center and Lodge, and we just saw Old Faithful go off, didn't we, Lucy? Mm-hmm. And now we are getting some lunch. What are we going to have for lunch?
Mom's going to have a pork sandwich and mac and cheese and and potatoes. And Dad's going to have what?
Bratwurst.
Bratwurst with mac and cheese and potatoes.
Good morning again, Yellow Van fans. We had a great day at Yellowstone yesterday, and then we did some family stuff at night, and this morning we are on our way to Virginia City here in Montana. It's a historic mining town with some interesting stuff going on there, so we'll see what we find there today. Okay, we are now in Nevada City. So we spent some time in Virginia City and looking at the historical stuff there, and now we are in Nevada City just down the road, which has more historical sites. We are now at the Nevada City Living History Museum, which is a museum that's full of all these old buildings from Montana. You go around and there are people in period dress that will talk to you, and you can see different displays and all of these different buildings and the way people live. So we have left Ennis and we are on our way to Glacier National Park. So we're just going to record a little review here to wrap up this first part of the trip where we were kind of in Madison County and also down in Yellowstone. So one of the first things we did was we went to the Jefferson Valley Museum, which was in Madison County. And it's just a little museum. It's a free museum that's kind of run by a historical society, I think. It's one of those. So you find these kind of museums all over the country where they're just nonprofits that are just run by the local people. And so it was a cute little museum. It's in a barn, an old barn that's been converted into a museum. And they just have a lot of historical things there. And I'm sure if you had, especially like history in the area, this is the kind of museum you want to go to, because they had like all the old yearbooks from the little school for forever and stuff, so you would be able to find your family and things like that. We didn't have that. No. But we enjoyed seeing a lot of the different collections there. They had a lot of stuff. What did you think of it?
Yeah, it was cute. There was definitely things that were fun to see. Like, there are lots of clothes that I think are fun. They had a jacket from the Civil War, which was cool.
It turns out a lot of Union soldiers came up this way after the war because there was gold out here. And then we took a day and we went down to Yellowstone just for, a few hours.
Yeah.
We were down there, and we've been to Yellowstone now several times, so it was fun to be back. Lucy was just little. Well, I guess we went through briefly in 2020. We just did a stop in Mammoth, but so the last time we were really like in the Old Faithful area, Lucy was just 2. So she remembered it a little bit, but not a lot. So we went and we saw Grand Prismatic Spring, which was kind of the thing that we wanted to do. And this time we climbed up above Grand Prismatic Spring on the little trail that goes to the overlook. So we hadn't done that before. So what do you think of that?
It was really fun. The trail was hot, and there's not a lot of shade, but it was cool to see it from above. I had never done that trail before, and I've been to Yellowstone a million times.
Yeah. So that was fun, and then we got to Old Faithful, like just perfect timing for Old Faithful to be going off. So we got to see that. It was a fun day over in Yellowstone, and a lot less crowded than we were expecting it to be for July. So we were surprised by that because we really thought it would be quite busy. And it wasn't like it wasn't busy, but it wasn't
overly crowded.
And we were always able to find parking in the places we were going. And maybe other parts of the park were more crowded, but generally that area around Old Faithful is the most crowded. So, although maybe not the most congested because it has the most like
space.
Infrastructure, and space. Or the north end can get more congested. And then yesterday we were in Virginia City and Nevada City here in Montana, which are historical towns. Virginia City was the first regional capital of Montana, and this is the area where gold was found, and so there was kind of a boom town there. And it's just kind of this restored historical area. And what do you think of that?
I think it's fun. I remember going when I was a little kid, and Virginia City's fun because there's more like shopping and like old-timey themed stores and stuff like that. So it's fun just to walk around and go into the different stores and stuff. And then Nevada City, I hadn't been to before that I remember, but it has like a whole historical town and museum that was also really fun and much more like informative, I guess.
Yeah.
Than Virginia City, but so they're similar in feel, but they're also different experiences.
Yeah, and they are very, very close together. They're only about 1.5 miles apart by car. There's a little train that runs between them, which we were going to ride, but we were with a big group of family, and the train is really little, so we weren't able to ride the train. But there's a little train that runs that 1.5 miles or so between them that you can ride. And I liked the old town in Nevada City, which was just kind of fun and set up where you could go around to see the different old places, and there were people in period dress, and they would talk to you about the things, and all the workers there seem very friendly folk.
Yeah.
They like to talk. So there's a lot of that, and we got to see a demonstration of the old guns from the old time there.
And they have like like a music hall, a historic music hall that has lots of different kinds of like historical self-playing instruments and music things. And that was super fun. I really liked that. That's
fair organs and stuff. That was cool. So a lot of different cool things that you can do there. And then another thing that some people did was they did some gold panning. So there's like a gold panning experience, which is probably a bit of a tourist trap there. But you guys seem to have fun doing that.
Yeah, it was fun. I'd never done like actual panning like that before.
Yeah, so they show you how the pans would work, and I don't think they're period pans because they were made out of plastic, but they give you some dirt that has some non-precious gemstones in it, and perhaps some gold flecks, but we didn't find any gold. No. But so that was an interesting experience, and that's basically all that we did in that area. But it took the whole day basically, so you'd easily spend a whole day there. You could have spent more time at the old town, or you can go to like an old show at the Opera House in Virginia City. So there's a lot you could do, like playhouses.
Yeah, and I went to play both of them in the past.
Okay, okay.
And they were both really, really good. So.
Yeah, so there's a lot of things that you could do to spend a whole day, or I'm sure you could even spend a couple days if you really wanted to there. Also
in Virginia City, they have lots of like historical tours on like historical kinds of vehicles. So they have like a historic like fire truck that you can go on a tour on. They have stagecoaches, they have wagons, and those kinds of things too. We didn't do any of those this time, but I've done some of them in the past. And they're fun. So, fun time there, and that basically wraps up like this part of our trip, and now we're just headed out to Glacier. We'll be there in a few hours, and this will be exciting because we've been trying to get to Glacier for a long time, and we're finally going to do it.
But it was really cool, because the tournament at the museum play by themselves. I loved it, and so the real kid things where you go and see things, and it was really fun. And for so then I got a passport, but you just get stamps. It's kind of like a scavenger hunt. So these are the things that we're going to go in order, but we didn't go in order. So, but I just want to tell you how we did in order, and then we can talk about where we would take to. Okay. So first we went to the barbershop, and then the post office, and then boots and shoes, and then a funny house, and then school, and then Chinese laundry, cheap cash store, and then the wagon shop. So but it's kind of an order, but not that order. So we went to barber shop, then the mailbox, and then wagon shop, I think, and then the schools, and then Chinese laundry, and then to casual, and then oh no, I forgot. Confused. Okay. And then we went to wagon shop, and then we went to the schools, and then we went to the food and shoes store, and we went back to the school, and then we went to Chinese laundry, and then to cash store. Oh, and then the wagon shop. Okay. And then to cash store, and then funny house. And
You mean Finny House?
funny house. So yeah.
So do you think Nevada City is a good place for kids to go?
Yes.
Did you have fun there?
Yeah. Bye.